Okay guys, so I've jumped into the driver's seat of the Toyota Veloz. Okay, so what do I feel about driving this car? Okay, the Toyota Veloz, to put it simply, it is in no way, shape or form to be a car that if you buy one thinking that you're gonna have a very sporty driving experience. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's not really a bad thing lah. Okay, so the Veloz essentially is a people carrier. Okay, in that regards, okay, so the 1.5 liter engine is the same engine that's inside the Vios. Okay, and then it's paired to the DCVT. So the DCVT in this car, okay, the way it performs is that under, like, from a standstill, not gonna lie, I can feel that rubber bandy effect of the CVT. Okay, when I am pushing this car hard, the cabin gets loud, like really loud. Okay, here I can definitely feel that this combo, the 1.5 liter engine with DCVT, struggles a bit to move this car from a standstill, right? But once you're on the move, okay, once you reach your cruising speed, like for example now I'm at 75 km/h, the cabin is relatively quiet. Alright, the CVT noise or the CVT drone only very intrusive during acceleration, right? And this is me alone in the car, and this, like I mentioned before, this car is capable to sit up to 7 people. So what I can advise you is that if you are loading up this car with 7 people, you need to plan your overtakes. Okay, the torque is a little bit on the low side. Inside here, the cabin is relatively airy. The what you call build quality, I would say, is a touch above the Alzas. Okay, and I'm especially a fan of this interior, in which it uses this whiter color compared to the Alza's red one if you get the Alza Advance. And especially on the dashboard, the white part of the dashboard is soft touch material, which I quite welcome. Same thing on my elbow rest. Now in terms of ride quality, of course this car is no doubt sharing most of its parts and components and even its chassis with the Perodua Alza. So how does that compare to the Perodua Alza? Okay, so I've driven the Alza before. Alright, so the first thing I noticed in this car immediately compared to the Alza is that I think because this car is riding on a larger 17-inch rim with a smaller profile tire, I am noticing slight, not to say bounciness, like going over uneven pavement or going over pothole. It is definitely more prominent in this car due to that wheel setup. But with that being said, sound insulation, I would say, is a tad better compared to the Alza. So yeah, there's a give and take there. In terms of similarities to the Alza, the one thing I noticed is that with both the Alza and this car, I am sitting relatively low in the car. Like from the driver's seat, I do feel like the seal is high, and then the dashboard has quite a bit of length to the front windshield. So in that regards, I do feel like I'm in a big car, okay, so to speak, because of how the dashboard is and the sitting position is laid out. In terms of visibility, forward, not an issue. At the back, if you do have 7 seats all up and you have all the headrests in its upper position, there is some intrusive into your line of view, okay, but not really an issue because this car has a 360-degree camera and the resolution is quite good. Okay, now the one thing that I am a little bit of nitpicking about this car, and I actually voiced this out as well inside the Alza test drive, I feel like the center console here, while it looks nice with that piano black finish and the blue light ambience, I feel like for a family MPV, this center console is not that practical. This is something I feel like more suitable in a sedan setup. For example, there's no cup holder, okay, in the center part of the console here, and every time I have a drink with me, I have no choice but to put it either at the door cut over here or just in front of the dashboard, in front of the air conditioning area. So personally, I'm always type of person who likes to put my drinks at the center console here. Over here, Toyota has chose to opt for this place to put your phone, your wireless charging. I get it, you know, like it does make the center console look rather upscale, you know, rather high tech, having that wireless charger located here. In terms of the back seat, I would say the Veloz is very comfortable, just like the Alza. It has a lot of leg room, okay, and I do like the middle seat that you can recline a bit, and the angle can make the passenger quite relaxing. Having the center armrest, okay, you have the USB charging port, the aircon on top, and very big door cut. I would say it's very family friendly, right? Even on the third row, and I've said this the same thing also with the Alza, the third row of these two cars has improved a lot, and I would say that it is adult worthy, okay, compared to compared to Avanza. The space back there has improved a lot. In terms of its safety features, the Toyota Safety Sense, I would say it is okay, not the best system. It does the job as advertised, so now it does pull me back into the lane, okay, but it does pull me back in a rather aggressive manner, so bear that in mind. So to sum up my short driving experience with the Toyota Veloz, to me the Veloz is essentially a slightly taller Perodua Alza that has a slightly more quality and comfortable interior, okay. The slightly taller ride height, I do prefer this ride height over the Alza. It does give me a commanding view of the road, and I feel like I'm sitting inside a crossover rather than an MPV. With that being said, the 20,000 ringgit price tag, more than the Alza, is it worth it? Looking at Toyota's past MPVs, I gotta say that even though you are paying 20,000 ringgit more than Alza, from a practical standpoint, this car does have a better resale value, and when it comes to sell back your car, this is where I think the Veloz would perform better than the Alza, okay. In terms of everything else, the Veloz, it doesn't pretend to be a sport car. It's not. It's a family mover, and it's doing its job rather well. The cabin, there are some things that I wish could be better in terms of practicality, but buying this car, it does give you a good value proposition. It costs slightly less than 100,000 ringgit, and you say you're comparing this, what else is in the market? You have the Expander, okay, but the Expander is not, its features is not as comprehensive as this car. In terms of safety feature, this car is way better. Yeah, and then on the exterior as well, the Veloz that we get here, it is the latest one compared to the Expander that's selling in Malaysia. We're still getting the older pre-facelift Expander. So yeah, I would say the Veloz is a great choice for families looking for budget MPVs, and the car in the future will probably be trouble-free, you know, very reliable and very good resale value.